Hello and welcome back to Clicks on the Side. Today we're going to be doing a 300-point modern theme team build around the Guardians of the Galaxy keyword. That's right, with the Collector's Trove we got plenty of new options for the Guardians, and I was very excited to bust into them. So we're going to be starting off with a classic with our Guardians of the Galaxy teams. As you know, I am very fond of this figure, so he's going to be in here again from the holiday set. Number 6, Kraglin. I feel like at this point he is essential to most Guardians teams just for what he can do. Let's take a look at Kraglin. Does have the Guardians of the Galaxy team ability as well as team player. Guardians of the Galaxy, Ravagers, Cosmic, Pirate, and Vehicle keywords. 45 points gets you a range of 5 with 3 targets, and also has a trait that makes him essential for this team. Prepare the Bowie for transport. Passenger 4, Kraglin can carry characters that are holding objects. So that Passenger 4 with that phasing teleport is fantastic. A movement of 9 with that phase teleport. Only a 9 attack, which we can help out with that here in a little bit. A 19 defend, which makes him just the perfect taxi. And then you see he does have a special damage power. How do you have reception up here? Friendly characters with the Guardians team ability within 4 squares may count range and draw a line of fire as if they occupied Kraglin square. Now that can come into use with this team. I do have some ranged options to help out. Then later on he does go down to running shot. With running shot, a blank attack, ESD, and range combat expert to help bring that attack up and puts out a little bit more damage if you are able to hit. But that is Kraglin. If you're not familiar with the Guardians team ability, almost everyone? Yes, everyone on this team will be able to benefit from it. The Guardians team ability is this character's combat values can't be modified by opposing character's effect. So yeah, even with that 19 defend, they are not going to be able to try to perplex that down. So just that much more troublesome for them. What else are we going to have on this team? Well, we're going to have a piece of equipment coming in from the Collector's Trove set. It's equipment number 005, and it is the Yaka Arrow. Was very excited to see we were getting a Yaka Arrow in this set. It is indestructible and it can be used for free with Kraglin or with Yondu. Its effect: when this equipment is equipped, generate a Yaka Arrow marker. When this equipment is unequipped, remove that marker from the game. Free. Place the Yaka Arrow marker up to 4 squares away from its current square on a direct line from its current square. Deal 1 penetrating damage to an opposing character on that direct line between those 2 squares. Not bad for some free damage. You can give that to Kraglin if you want, but we're not going to. We are going with the Collector's Trove Super Rare number 34, Yondu. If you watched my unboxing, you could see just how excited I was to get this figure when I pulled him. So let's take a look and see what Yondu can do. Yondu does not have any team ability, so I'm sorry, I was wrong. Yondu is the one who cannot benefit from the Guardians team ability in this team. Does have the Guardians of the Galaxy keyword, though, with Ravagers, Brute, Cosmic, Mystical, Pirate, and Vehicle. I love that they gave him so many keywords so he can work on multiple teams. And I actually do like the Vehicle keyword. 60 points gets you 6 clicks long, range of 4 with 1 target, and he does have a trait that will help the Yaka Arrow be even more deadly. Free with Yondu. If Yondu is equipped with the Yaka Arrow, place the Yaka Arrow marker adjacent to him. When Yondu uses Yaka Arrow's effect, he instead deals damage to each opposing character between the squares and destroys any blocking terrain between the squares. So yeah, you can get away with extra damage by using this Yondu as opposed to, say, giving it to Kraglin. Starts off with Stealth, Energy Explosion, a special defense, and Outwit, mixed in with some probability control. Later on gets Running Shot with Precision Strike with that special defense. And then on his last click, he has Stealth, Blades, Mastermind, and a special damage power. Let's see what that special defense is first. It's "You Caught Me." Energy Shield Deflection, Super Senses. When Yondu uses Super Senses and succeeds, after resolutions, give the attacker an action token. If you can't, deal them 1 penetrating damage instead. So yeah, he's going to be hard to hit from afar, so you want to try to keep him at a distance. And then that special damage power on his last click is a stop click. The Herald's Urn. Stop. Power. Choose another character within range and line of fire. If the chosen character is opposing, deal them 3 penetrating damage. Otherwise, heal that character 3 clicks, and this game they can use Power Cosmic. After resolutions, KO Yondu. So you do lose Yondu no matter what, but you can either help out a teammate with those 3 extra clicks and Power Cosmic, or you can put in 3 penetrating damage on his way out. Really do like what they've done with this Yondu, and you'll probably see him on multiple teams, especially if we get more pirates out there. Not as many pirates in Modern as I thought there would be, but yeah, really a fan of that Yondu. Another piece from the Collector's Trove that I am very high on, and I think is going to be a good pulp piece for a while. We're going to be looking at rare number 26, Drax. If you are not familiar with this Drax, I highly recommend that you do familiarize yourself with him. For what he can do, I really do believe he's going to be used heavily in pulp. He does have the Guardians team ability, the Guardians of the Galaxy Infinity Watch, Assassin, Brute, and Warrior keywords. Those 3 are the ones I think are going to get him into pulp. Can be 75 or 50 points, and for this team, he will be 50 points. Has the trait, Drax the Guardian, Empower. When Drax uses it, other friendly characters with the Guardians of the Galaxy keyword are considered adjacent to him. So he can be anywhere on the map, and his Empower is going to help out this team. Love that. Does start out with Charge, Blades, and a special defense with Battle Fury. Then he goes into Charge, Precision Strike with Toughness and Exploit Weakness, and finishes up with Flurry, Blades, Toughness, and Exploit Weakness. Let's take a look at that special defensive power that he starts off with. Promise me it'll be worthwhile, Quill. Defend Invulnerability. Adjacent friendly characters with the Guardians of the Galaxy keyword can use Mastermind, but only to choose Drax. So that's where I also think he'll be benefit in pulp. It is a 19 defend at 75 points with the Empower. Very, very helpful. I do like that he has that Mastermind to help out with the Guardians. So the idea is for Kraglin to pop them both up. He is now boosted up to a 19 defense. Yondu is now boosted up to a 19 defense from Kraglin's defend. And now you're just protecting Kraglin at that point. Because as long as that 19 defend is in effect, it's just going to be that much harder to get rid of any of the Guardians. Because with this build, it is going to make you susceptible to Pulse Wave and to Energy Explosion. But the idea is to have your defense high enough that they miss their rolls. Now we gotta get some close range attackers, right? So let's see, who can we get to help out up close? I picked this character for Kraglin purposely to carry up the 9 squares and then drop off 1 spot ahead to protect Kraglin and the other Guardians. From Collector's Trove, we are looking at super rare number 35, Ant-Man. I feel like this Ant-Man is getting overlooked. Yes, he doesn't have equipment like the other super rares in this set, but he is a very capable attacker. Let's scoot some guys over here. I want you beside Kraglin. There we go. There we go. All right. Ant-Man does have the Avengers team ability and team player. So he is going to copy Guardians team ability while also giving all these other Guardians, Kraglin, and other ones that have not been shown yet, that have the team player ability, they are now going to gain the Avengers team ability to give them +1 to their attacks. Has the Avengers, Fantastic Four, Guardians of the Galaxy, Stark Industries, Animal, Detective, and Spy keywords at 60 points. No range, but does have improved movement through character bases and a couple traits. Ant-Man Security Solutions. Opposing characters within 4 squares can't pick up or equip terrain markers and can't be given close or range terrain actions. Any ability that limits your opponents, you want to take full advantage of. Then he does have the trait Pim Particles. Free. Choose one to use until you choose again. Tiny size sidestep, regular size empower shape change, or giant size close combat expert with super strength. And you see he starts off with stealth, precision strike, combat reflexes, and a special damage power. Later on, that does turn into super senses without wit. So if you get him next to Kraglin, it is now a 19 with combat reflexes. So up close, once you base your opponent's character, ideally without a reducer. So base them, now they have to deal with that 21 defense to try to get past Ant-Man. But not just Ant-Man, because his special damage power is, I'm going to call him Antony. Leadership Outwit. When Ant-Man uses leadership and succeeds, you may generate a number 8 swarm of ants. If you aren't the first player, increase this leadership result by +1. So with you having, it's going to be 6 total members on your team, you do have a decent chance to be able to choose whether you go first or second, and I would recommend going second with this build. But yeah, you'll notice that this leadership does say you may generate instead of so you can remove an action token and generate a swarm of ants at the same time instead of one or the other. Now let's take a look at the swarm of ants, which I actually have a couple of. So if we do generate the swarm of ants, you get plasticity, poison, a blank defense, and an empower that is tiny sized. And they also have improved movement through character bases. They have the trait, you talk to ants. When an adjacent friendly character named Ant-Man or Wasp is moved or placed after resolutions, you may place a swarm of ants adjacent to them. And then also has the trait Swarming Instincts. Unique modifier. Adjacent friendly characters that share a keyword with swarm of ants modify attack +1. So you got that +1 plus the empower. You're essentially giving yourself another close combat expert just by having the swarm of ants beside Ant-Man. So you now have an 11 for 3 on his top dial. And if you choose to If you choose to go giant size, you can go ahead and choose Close Combat Expert with Super Strength. So you're now at a 12 for 4 damage. And then don't forget, you also have the Avengers team ability to make it a 13 attack against the right characters. And you're also getting the Empower from Drax, even if you're not adjacent. So that is potentially now a 9 movement with a 13 attack, 21 defense up close, 19 from range, and 5 damage on his first click. That I would say that's a very good stopping piece, tie-up piece. Put that right up there. Again, hopefully next to somebody without a reducer, because if you get the ants, who now also, if they're beside Drax or Kraglin, gets a 19 defense, they now have that poison that can go right through any defense that does not have a reducer. Love this Ant-Man. I'm very eager to use it on more teams, especially since he has the Fantastic Four keyword, and there's not enough Fantastic Four right now. He will probably be seen quite often. Next up is another staple of my Guardians teams, a couple of my other teams really, because she is so versatile with her keywords and what she can do. From the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday set, we are bringing in number 7, Nebula. Here she is. We do have the Guardians team ability and the team player team ability. Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, Ravagers, Assassin, Pirate, and Robot keywords. She is going to be coming in at 25 points and has improved targeting improved targeting, can shoot while adjacent, has a range of 4 with 1 target. Has a trait Disarming Bucky. When Nebula hits with a close attack, instead of normal damage, she may unequip a hit character, then pick up the unequipped equipment. Has a special movement as well. You can't I am tongue-tied all of a sudden. You can't outrun me. Charge. When Nebula uses it after resolutions, she may make a ranged attack. So that you have that charge of 6, precision strike, super senses, and exploit weakness starting off, and then a regular charge with precision strike, super senses, and exploit weakness to finish off. But yeah, I love her, and she is going to be equipped with Bucky's arm. Doesn't need that super senses, but it does give her close combat expert. So she is now a 12 with precision strike for 4 exploit weakness. Add on the Empower from Drax. It is now 5 damage. Add on the Avengers team ability from Ant-Man, and it's a potential 13 attack. Get her next to a swarm of ants, another Empower. Just for 25 points, the fact that she can easily put out 5 penetrating damage had to be on the team. Just had to do it. And of course, also from the holiday set, I feel like it can't be a Guardians team without Rocket Raccoon. I love that sculpt so much. That holiday special love that holiday special. Here is Rocket Raccoon. He will be at his full 50 points. Has the Guardians team ability and the team player team ability, which he will be copying the Avengers. Has the Avengers team keyword along with Guardians of the Galaxy, Animal, and Pirate. Has the trait Overseeing Nowhere's Reconstruction. Free. Choose an object held by a character and a friendly character with Guardians team ability that isn't holding an object. That chosen object is now held by the chosen character. That's right, you can take an object that an opponent is holding and give it to a friendly. Range of 4 with 1 target, running shot, penetrating psychic blast, ESD, and outwit. Then later on does get force blast with energy explosion, super senses, and perplex. He does have one more trait on the back. It is You Called Me a What? When an opposing character targets Rocket Raccoon after resolutions, you may choose that Rocket Raccoon can use Charge, Battle Fury, and Blades, Claws, Fangs until the end of your next turn. So yeah, if you're in a situation where the ranged attack is just not going to do it for you, as long as they target, right? Yeah, all they have to do is target him. They don't even have to attack if they target him with outwit. If they target him with perplex, that's technically targeting. So it automatically unlocks that Charge, Battle Fury, and Blades, Claws, Fangs. Now you do have to wait until after resolution. So if they try to use mind control, they absolutely can try to mind control Rocket. After that, he gets the Battle Fury. But yeah, I love that Rocket. Very excited to finally have a team where I feel comfortable enough to put him in at the full 50 points. But we do have 10 points left. And with that 10 points, we are going to Marvel's next phase, actually. And we are bringing in a bystander token. I can't remember which one I can't remember if this is one of the pizza pack ones or if this one was from a retail chase booster. I do not remember, so I do apologize. But we are bringing in number 005, Baby Groot. Baby Groot does have the Guardians team ability, Plasticity, an attack of 10, 17 toughness, and is tiny sized with Empower. So if you just one more Empower to go around, whoever wants to carry him. And then he also has a trait, Cozy Blanket, unique modifier, Baby Groot and adjacent friendly characters with the Guardians team ability, modified defense +1 against ranged attacks. So you do want to be careful with his placement. Odds are you'll probably want him, if you want Ant-Man to be that much harder to take down, you want him near Ant-Man, gives him another Empower. If you want Nebula to try to do another damage, you can put him beside Nebula for that extra 1 damage for potentially 6 penetrating. Drax could be a good option as well. Really, pretty much anyone but Kraglin is who you want to have beside him. But yeah, for 10 points, you get that, throwing things. For 10 points, you get that Empower and that trait. So there you have it. That is my take on a new 300-point modern team build on the Guardians of the Galaxy. Really want to get Ant-Man up there to base whatever troublemaker your opponent might have. Then you can use the Yaka Arrow from Yondu at your discretion. He's just hiding back there doing his thing, and let the Yaka Arrow do the penetrating damage. I would put... So, you'll notice that there are 6 characters. Kraglin can only carry 4. Rocket's going to be kind of doing his own thing with this build. Essentially, Kraglin is going to carry up Ant-Man, Yondu, Nebula, and Drax with Baby Groot up. Rocket will come up on his own, bringing up the rear and tagging onto either Drax or Kraglin, based on whichever one he can reach with his 8 movement to benefit from the defense from there. Or the defend from there. So that is my strategy. That's what I'm going for. It's pretty much, it is going to be a team effort, which it should be with the Guardians of the Galaxy. They're going to be bunched up. So if your opponent does happen to have a good amount of Pulse Wave, you might see some trouble. But you don't really see Pulse Wave as often as you used to. It's not as overpowered as it once was, but I digress. I like this team. I am ready to give it a try, and actually probably will be here in March. So let me know what you think. If there's any changes you would make, are there any Guardians you're wanting to see out there that a new version of them. You are going to be seeing a team sooner rather than later that also features Nebula and the new Star-Lord, but that will be probably about a week away. But that has been it for me. Thank you very much for joining me, and until next time, this has been Clicks on the Side.